All right, so where should you do your events? What venues work the best? Should you do them at hospitals? Should you do them at graveyards? Should you do them in the back alley? And the answer is no. We don't recommend doing them in ER rooms or in libraries or even in hotel rooms, like hotel ballrooms. And the answer is very simple. Here's the answer why. They don't work as well. Now, I'm not saying that they've never worked for you. I'm not saying that they can never work. I'm just saying, in general, if you want to play the probabilities, they don't work as well to get people there as restaurants and theaters. So, I'm not here to have a fight with anybody about this, because I know somebody out there is going to say, well, I did an event once at a hotel ballroom and we got 80 people there and it was a great success and I wrote a bunch of business. And I'm sure you did. So, good for you. Just don't do them in hotels or libraries or morgues if you want the best probability of success. That's all I'm saying. Now, let's move on. Second, do I do them in hotels, or not hotels. I got hotels on my mind for some reason. Do I do them in restaurants, or do I do them in actual movie theaters? And here is the truth. Here, I'm going to try to separate my emotions from the facts. My emotions are, we make beautiful films. They are absolutely awesome to watch on a big screen. We've got Everest. We got Baja 500. We've traveled the entire world to do these things. So do I want them seen on a big screen? Is it a better experience? Is it more engulfing and exciting to do? It absolutely is. That being said, does it make you more money? No. So there's me trying to separate my emotions from the reality. I would love for everybody to come in and watch it on a freaking giant screen in an IMAX, because the footage is amazing. It's fun. It's stuff that nobody has ever seen before, nor will they ever put their own eyes in these locations. And so, great. Does it make you more money? The answer is no. What makes you the most money is what we have found, to find what will get people to show up and ultimately allow you a venue that you can control to set as many appointments as possible. Now, there are some caveats to that, which is setting appointments is one thing, but you also have to have their attention. You have to have them being plugged in and, paying attention. And so it can't be totally chaotic in a restaurant, or you're going to lose some of that impact. However, we go to what we call approachable restaurants. These are restaurants where people who they've gone there before. They know the location. They know the food. They enjoy eating there. It might be Maggiano's. It might be the Spaghetti Factory. It might be the Olive Garden. It might be Red Robin. So you want an approachable restaurant for two reasons. Well, three. I'll give you three. How about that? Number one, people like it. They know what they're getting. They go there regularly. Number two, you're opening yourself up to a new audience of people that don't live in the immediate vicinity of Ruth's Chris and Fleming's and, any other high-end steakhouse that everybody likes to do these events at. And then number three, it's cheaper. So you can get a meal for $25, $30, $35 per head. And that's when we're saying, like, it's simple and it's affordable to do this. And that's what matters, is that you can get these events off the ground and you can do multiple of them. And so you don't have to sit there and, think about spending $10,000 every event you do. Plus, I'll pay for your events after you write business with me. I'll take these off. I don't know if I need these right now. So we want you to be able to get them done quickly and affordably and write a bunch of business. And then we'll start paying for them ourselves. So the ideal is you pay for the first one and then we foot the bill for everything thereafter. Now, does that happen for everybody? No, but for a lot of people it does. Okay. So back to the venue, you're going to want to make sure you have a private room as much as possible. It's ideal if the location has a screen. If not, buy yourself a $60 screen on Amazon and a $100 projector. Plug in a Bluetooth speaker and you're off to the races at these restaurant venues. A word on dinner, by the way. It's funny to me that this comes up so much, but it's not totally, I guess, surprising, is that some advisors have absolutely sworn off ever doing dinners again. And the reason for that is because emotionally it just makes us mad. It makes us mad to be taken advantage of. Somebody comes in, takes our goodwill, and just robs us. And I don't know anybody who likes being taken advantage of. So I understand the frustration with dinners. I think that it might be helpful if I give you a different framework to think about these, which is, it's just your loss leader. If you're a grocer, you're going to put stuff on sale. You're not going to make money on it. People are going to come in, they're going to buy it, and then they're going to leave. And they're not going to buy anything else. And you're going to be annoyed because, oh, well, we lost money on that dozen donuts we put on sale at the end of the rack. But we all know what the purpose of that loss leader is. It's to get them in the door to begin with. You can't sell them anything if you don't get them in the door. And that's the secret. You cannot sell them anything if you don't get them in the door first. And so your dinners are your loss leader. And if you can, emotionally divorce yourself from feeling like you're absolutely being taken advantage of because these scammers come and do this to you, then you're not going to be so worried about it. What you can be focused on is you're going to make 30 grand and some scammer walked out with a $30 meal. Okay, well, tough for him. He got $30 worth of meal. You got $30,000 worth of commission. We can all survive. So that's the way to think about the dinners. Plus, you're not paying $80 a plate, and so it's a little easier to palate. If you're paying $30 and you get a few scammers, then that's fine. And I probably shouldn't even use the word scammers. They're more. There's plenty of people who are sincere in wanting to come and learn, and they simply aren't, interested after you present your argument. That's fine. We don't even need them all. We only need 10%. This business allows you such a standard of living, just closing 10% of the people that you're in front of. And so let me spell that math out for you. You get 22 households in the room. You close 50% of the room because that's what you're going to do when we teach you how to do this right. Then you're going to walk out of there with 11 appointments. You're probably going to have 9 of them show up. You're going to close 10% of that. That's one deal. Well, average case is $220,000. And so you're at what, 15, 16 grand? Okay. Now do that 2 or 3 times a month. And you're at $45,000 a month, and I'm paying for your marketing. So you tell me, is that a good deal? Of course it is. So, sidetracked, but that's how to think about this. Don't worry about the dinner. In fact, you should be happy to be able to provide dinner because you're going to have a fuller room. You're going to have more at-bats because you're providing them dinner. So let's flip the switch on dinner. Now, should we do this at movie theaters? Here is how you want to think about movie theaters. If you can provide a dinner of some sort, whether that's a Capital Grill where they actually let you, have a menu and your folks come in and they order and that's brought to them, that's okay. If you can cater in at that theater location, that's okay. If you're going to just provide popcorn and soda, that's not okay. You will not have the show-up rate that you're looking for. And don't ask me how I know, because we've done it all and we know what works. So, are the theaters going to be a little more expensive? Yeah, they'll probably be a little more expensive. The food might be a touch more, and you might have to rent the auditorium instead of getting the room for free like you would at a restaurant. However, you're going to have a much cooler experience, which that kind of depends on how you feel about that. But, I mean, I think that there's a place for these still, but I think that if you're getting started, if you have a low budget, or if you're relatively new to the event process, then just do what works. Smaller venue, 30, 35 people, keep the cost down as low as you can, control the room, You don't have to have a lot of logistics, and you can ultimately walk out of there with a really good win rate. Todd did his first 2 events this week. He has been buying leads and driving to people's homes for the past 5-7 years, doing really good business, but freaking killing himself and getting a major haircut on his commissions. So he left that organization. He burned the ships and did his first 2 events this week. And he had a few speed bumps, right? Your first events don't always go perfect. He hadn't done events for a while. And he walked out of there with, last night, 11 appointments. And the night before, I think 10 or 11 appointments. So in 1 week now he's got himself 22 appointments. But here's the cool part. He already met with somebody from his Tuesday night event. I'm filming this on a Friday. So we had a Tuesday, Thursday. That individual had $24 million as an ophthalmologist and already sent him a referral. So, exciting stuff. That might be a difficult case to close for Todd. But hey, all he needs to get is 250, maybe 500,000 of the 24 million, and this is going to be a raging success. And that was on the first appointment that he had from his first event. So he's off to a good start already. He was burning the ships. He had a lead system. He had consistency of income. He had a horrible lifestyle. He had a company that didn't respect him and treat him well, which we do the opposite. We love our producers. We partner with you. We want you to be successful. We want to treat you like actual true partners, capital partners. We'll pay for your marketing. We'll take you to Cabo. We'll take you to the Baja 500, man. We'll have a good time together. And so that's what Todd's gotten himself into now, and so far so good. So if you are ready to get started with your own red carpet marketing system using our incredible films, then go ahead, click the link below, get over, talk to our team, and we'll get you going.